It's your girl Choc. I came to slay. I ain't come to play. And y'all already know I got time today. And by the title, y'all already know what's going on here. I'm about to get ready to slay this beauty supply frontal. I got it from the beauty supply that's like closest to my house. It was actually very cheap and affordable. And at the end, I'm going to leave a photo of it so y'all will know exactly I'm tongue tied. What wig this is. So let's get into it. So I already started with my Got to Be spray. You gotta make sure you get your cap molded down all the way. Do not play with this mold, all right? This is the most important part. I'm using Got to Be glue spray. I don't normally use this spray. I normally use the adhesive spray, but this time I said I'm gonna use the Got to Be because I don't want to put too much product on my forehead. Yes, I am using a freaking cap cardboard because I don't feel like want to go get my blow dryer at the moment. So that's what I ended up doing at that time, I guess. But don't get it twisted. A sis got a fan right next to her, okay? So I'm going to end up cutting this cap off and making sure that I cut this cap completely closest to the skin as I can. Do not use these home ec scissors, okay, that I'm using. Go get you some real shears to cut your cap, which I'm going to go get me some today because I don't even know why I'm using these scissors for this. But this is the closest to some good scissors that I had in the house. So make sure you cut that cap as close to your skin as possible because this is what's going to make it lay really, really flat. But don't cut yourself, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? Move as slow as you can. Right there, I had a little hiccup. I fixed it with some Got to Be glue spray. That's what you can use if you ever have a little hiccup and your stocking cap start coming up. Just hit it with a little Got to Be spray. It ain't gonna hurt nobody and ain't nobody gotta know. Okay, sis? So we about to go ahead and lay that down all the way. We gotta make sure that is completely molded. Make sure that you are still like 2 inches away from your hair when you mold this back down. Do not mold this down on your edges. I have this like maybe 1 to 2 inches away from my hairline because, honey, I'm growing my locks and I'm not trying to lose my edges as I'm growing my locks. Okay? Making sure that I get it as close to my skin as possible. As soon as I'm done doing that, I'm going to pull this over my head just to make sure that it's secure. I don't want no type of lump nuts, all right? We're going to pick up that alcohol because we got to clean the front of this scalp. And when I say you got to clean your head after every application, clean your head after every application. I'm talking about after you put the makeup, after you put the glue, after you put the spray. You want to use alcohol to keep cleaning your skin. Do not apply buildup after buildup after buildup. That will make you break out so bad, okay? So this is just a key tip for you, baby. Look at that wig. Gorgeous. So now we are about to add our foundation so we can make this blend, make this all come together. I'm using my foundation Morphe that I use every day. So I prefer that you use the makeup that you use every day because that's the makeup color you want to blend with your, look at that. I pulled that alcohol back out. Make sure you are cleaning after every application, okay? Look at that, disgusting. You want to make sure you get all that off because if you don't, your glue not gonna stick and your wig is not gonna stay, okay? Love this wig, super secure. It got 3 combs in it, a strap. It's amazing. So I'm pulling that over my head because I know I wasn't about to sit there and pull that like a hoodie. So I'm sizing that around my head, making sure that I'm sizing the hairline to my liking, the way that I want my hairline to look, because this is the most important part as well. Do not try to make your hairline look like everybody else's hairline. Your hairline is your hairline. So make sure that you are lining your hairline the way that your hairline is. Okay, honeys? Thank you. So I'm going to make sure I put all these hairs back because I want to make sure that none of these hairs is in the way when I get ready to lay this Ghost Bond. Yes, baby. That is the glue that I am using. I love this glue because it works for me. You know what I'm saying? In this video, y'all might see me only put about 2 layers. But, honey, I used about 4 or 5, okay? Because I want to make sure that wig stick. I want to make sure that wig don't go nowhere. That's one thing about me, honey. That wig ain't sliding, flipping, and turning. None of that. Not while I'm out in public. Not while I'm just comfortable, okay? I don't like that. So, yeah, you want to add at least 4, maybe 5 layers of glue if you don't want your wig to move for the next week or two. Yeah, make sure you use enough glue. Yeah, give yourself a little victory dance too, because you made it through. You made it through this part. Most of the time, I normally don't even be doing a lot of the glue, but baby, when I do my lace front wigs, I'm going to use a lot of glue, because I'm going to make sure that wig is not going nowhere. All right? Can anybody give me an amen to that? Amen, sister. After you finish stopping your glue down, we're going to go ahead and cut the lace. I wanted to make sure that I laid my lace correctly, so I saw this little trick on TikTok, and you cut it into 3. So yeah, I cut it into 3, and I pulled my front first, and then I pulled my left side, and then I pulled my right side. You know what I'm saying? That's what I had to do, because actually, no, I put my right side first, because I had the fan. I had the fan on that side, and I wanted to make sure that glue didn't dry too fast before my wig could stick. You know what I'm saying? Hating sugar honey iced tea. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and use this. So after you do that, make sure at the end of the day, honey, you are pulling your wig down as tight as you can. I don't care if it feels like 10 men is squeezing your forehead. You need to have that wig on secure, okay? Secure. We don't need no mishaps. We don't need no mishaps. So yeah, y'all see that little extra glue on the side? All I did was peel that off, because that's what it'll do. It'll peel if it's still kind of wet. You see that? I'm back with the alcohol. So clean off that little raggedy comb you was using in the beginning to lay your glue down. Clean that off, so you can go back in and you can lay your lace like this. You know what I'm saying? Give it a little scrub, rub, dub. So now that I'm done doing all that, I'm about to get ready to lay my lace down with some adhesive spray, because I feel like that's the best thing to use when you put your lace on. You spray it down with some adhesive spray. Make sure you combing all your hairs out the way. Make sure, because you don't want no hairs in the way when you laying this adhesive spray down. It's really sticky, and it lay, okay? So, and I got the extra hose. So, and don't make no mistakes like me. Make sure you use a comb as a barrier to stop yourself from spraying it onto your forehead and in places you don't want it. Because, honey, you will see what I'm talking about when I get to that part. When it's time for me to cut my lace down. That was probably another mistake that I made. But at the same time, I wanted to show y'all how I installed this lace, because I think y'all gonna like it. After that, you're gonna let that sit for about 15 minutes. Take it off. Make sure you comb these hairs back out the way. Get it all off of you. Because, honey, if it's on that lace, it's not gonna work. You don't want nothing on that lace when you're getting ready to cut it. You want a bald forehead when you cut this lace, okay? So I'm going in right now to cut around the hairline as close as I possibly can. As you can see, it's a little mishap right here, but we're going to come back and fix that, and I'm going to show y'all how we do that. So I'm going to skip this part, because I don't want to cut that completely off just yet. You feel me? After that, I'm going to go in and hit it with the comb just a little bit, because I want to make sure that my lace is still laying in the front parts where I do want it to stay. Remember that little part I was talking about? If you got the strength, honey, if you got the balls, go ahead and cut that lace off. You're going to have to push that comb up under that lace and cut that lace off at the end of the day. That's just what you're going to have to do, okay? That's what it costs to be the boss, all right? It costs to be the boss. So after I do that, I'm about to go ahead and make sure that I cut the rest of my excess lace off on the other side that I did not want connected to my head no more. So I'm going to leave these parts on over here, because obviously, as y'all can tell, this wig was a little too small for me, but I made it work, okay? Because that's what bosses do. We going to make it work. Let's run that back. We're going to hit it with some alcohol, okay, honey? Clean, clean, clean. That's when that foundation come in, all right? Yeah, I made sure I clean my head every application. I don't play no games, honey. I got to make sure that my skin is protected. You want to make sure that your skin is protected. Forget the wig, honey. That's going to come off. That skin, that stays with you forever, okay? So you want to make sure you clean that skin every time. Look at that. It's flawless. After that, you're going to go in, you're going to grab your little baby hairs that you want to use. I like just using my edges on the side, my little sideburns. And I'll probably grab out something from the top, you know what I'm saying? Just to give it a little, a little oomph in it, you know what I'm saying? Grab a little edge at the top. And don't put this in your mouth like me. Be different. Okay, honey, get you some clips and clip it to the side or something. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's what I do. Okay, honey, I don't want to hear nobody talking about it in the comments because I know that I did that and I did that. All right. So after you do that, you want to make sure that your edges is lined up perfectly. Look at that hairline, just amazing. So after we do that, we're going to go ahead and cut these edges. I want to pin my hair back because I want to make sure that I'm not wasting these edges time today, okay? We're not going to waste that time. It's time for me to part it down the middle right now. And I'm parting down the middle. That's why I said, look at that. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Because I want to make sure that I got these parts down the middle correctly. Because sometimes I don't get my part straight down. That's what made me do side parts a lot. Because something about the middle parts, I just can't get it straight down the middle. But this time, I think I got it right. So we're going to go ahead and section that off. Make sure you section off the back as well. Because you want to give scalp. You want them to see your scalp, okay? After we got that finished, I just wanted to play it a little bit. Girl, go get the press-a-comb. Okay, you just doing too much. So now we got the press-a-comb. We're going to flip it all back, get it laid down. I don't want it as flat at the top, so it's up to you how flat you want the top of your head. I don't want mine that flat because I like to give body. I like to give luxurious, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to probably leave mine kind of puffed at the top. Also, when you go in with your edges, make sure you cut at an angle because the way that you have to curl it for you to lay them. So I always cut at like a 90 degree, 90, 60 degree angle just to make sure I'm not doing a straight across cut. I don't like to do the straight across cut. I feel like that makes it kind of uneven and it makes it look too boxed out when you do your edges. You want your edges to look real natural. And one thing about edges, they are not even, okay? Everybody knows that. Edges are not even. Natural edges aren't even of anything. So now we are about to get ready to curl these up with the flat iron. After I do that, I'm going to get ready to lay it. I'm using my 24-hour edge tamer. After I did that, I cut off the excess hairs because I wanted to make sure that I don't have any danglies, stranglies anywhere. Mind y'all, I'm still cutting off those excess hairs because I don't like that straggly, waggly hairs on the ends. Like, it's like, no, might as well just get rid of it because all it's going to do is it's going to make problems in the future. That's one thing about me. If I see a problem head on, I'm going to take care of it right then and there because I know if it's not bothering me right now, it's definitely going to bother me in a couple years. So after we got our edges right and tight, I just want to get y'all a close-up. And yes, honey, that is how I install my everyday wigs. I don't do much as far as like all that bleaching the knots and I do add a little concealer onto the parts when I get ready every day, just to add a little more depth to the part. But I did not show y'all that, but that's what y'all can do. I use LA Colors concealer. And yes, honey, that is the lace fronts. I appreciate whoever watched this video. Thank y'all so much for supporting me. Thank y'all so much for 40K on Instagram. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are my best supporters. Y'all are true supporters. And I hope to see y'all soon.